Hey there, guys. This is Jordan here. Well, this is my first time actually going live, so let's see if we get any questions. If you guys want to ask any questions, then go right ahead. I'll be interested to hear what you guys want to say. But yeah, if this succeeds, I'm going to do more. I want to do more. Talk about movies and, of course, the year of 2014 and all this good stuff. I am wearing glasses because my contacts. If you want to know, probably don't care, but my contacts did go out. So uh, let's get started. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'm all for it. But I'll start talking. Yeah, my name is Jordan Cartwright. I go to high school still. I'm graduating this year. I am a movie buff. As you can tell, I have a channel full of movies. But yeah, But I'm gonna start talking about 2014 and how that went. 2014 was a great year for me. I really enjoyed 2014. We had a lot of shitters. We had a lot of great movies. But for the most part, I think we had a lot more great movies than bad movies. Uh, some movies that come out and pop out to me, I'm not sure if they pop out to you, but some movies that really come out and just grip me are movies like Birdman. Has anybody seen Birdman? Very, very good movie. Michael Keaton blew it out of the park with his performance as the main character. It was awesome. I loved the movie. Another movie that comes out to me, and probably my favorite movie of the year, is Whiplash, starring J.K. Simmons. I was really surprised when going into this movie. I'm not big, on the musicals, and but this wasn't a musical. It was a very suspenseful, very gripping movie between a teacher and a student, and that was just awesome. Hold on one second, guys. But yeah, no, I love Whiplash. I thought it was awesome. If you guys have any questions about like Whiplash, do you guys, I got one viewer right now. I'm happy at least one viewer decided to stop by. If you have a question, you may ask it. You're going to hear background noise. I'm going to apologize for that now. Background noise. But yeah, Whiplash I thought was awesome. What did you guys think of Whiplash? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you guys liked Whiplash, did you guys love Whiplash? Was it maybe not good? Let me know why, and I may be interested to hear your opinion. Um, Another movie that came out that I thought was pretty, it got a lot of hate, and it was understandable. Probably the most disappointing part of the franchise. For me, it wasn't disappointing, but for a lot of people, it was, and there's a lot of understandable reasons why I would agree with you on why it was disappointing, and that would be The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. Now, The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies made my number 3 spot. I love the movie. I know why people hate it, and it's totally understandable. I totally understand why you would hate it. For me, though, the Hobbit, really for me was just a great send off from the Middle Earth franchise, and really, really loved it. But yes, I really do understand why people hate it. It didn't have the emotional trends that the Lord of the Rings had, and that was understandable. Lord of the Rings, all the moments in Lord of the Rings, they had everything there. You had the characters, the gripping emotions. The plot was just fantastic on how it was told. I understand why everybody loves Lord of the Rings more than they love The Hobbit. I don't know why The Hobbit gets as much hate as it does, but everybody is held to their opinion, and I can see why you would not like The Hobbit as much as Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is by truly probably the best part of the franchise, no doubt. But I did love The Hobbit, and it did make my number 3 spot in my favorite movies of the year. A lot of people had Guardians of the Galaxy in their top 10. A lot of people had Transformers: Age of Extinction in their top 10, and I hated Transformers: Age of Extinction, but a lot of people liked it. And that's fine. If you find enjoyment out of the movie, then I think that's the main thing. You found enjoyment, and that right there is probably the biggest thing. Is if you find enjoyment of it, then by all means, buy it on Blu-ray, watch it, keep watching it, love it. That's really what it means. For, of course, for the viewer of the movie, you want to go into it loving it, and you always want to go into a movie loving it. Another movie that this year that came out that I actually enjoyed. It's a 2015 movie. I enjoyed it for a small extent. I think it's a guilty pleasure of mine, and it is the movie Mordecai. Has anybody seen Mordecai yet with Johnny Depp? And yes, Johnny Depp is playing the same character over and over and over again. And but in this movie, you know, he really, for some odd reason, just caught my attention. I don't know why. I don't know really. I don't know why. I know he was very much annoying in the movie as this Mordecai character. The story was just blah, you know. But for some reason, I actually very much enjoyed myself while at the theaters watching it. And I know that's probably impossible to say for a lot of you. I know a lot of you guys hate it, and all the things are there for you to hate it. But the movie could have been a lot worse. It really could have. Man, it really was not a great movie once you think about it. You know, but I gave it a C minus. I'm gonna stick with the C minus on that movie review. I thought it was, you know, could have been worse. But now let's talk about some bad movies, guys. If you're a big movie fan and you guys want to talk about some really bad movies that came out this year, go ahead, leave a comment. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about the really bad movies. If you have any questions for me, go ahead, leave them. Let me know if you guys want me to review any movie. The first question that comes in, I will review that movie. Give me a title, and I will review it. No doubt. One second, guys. One second. I'm kind of distracted now. All right. This is my first time, so keep in mind that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I'm looking at like a comment thing right now, but I'm not sure if that's really, you know. I'm looking for where I could see comments. So hopefully none of you guys commented and I'm leaving you stranded, because then I would feel like total shit. Uh, um, all right, I think I found the comment thing. Yeah, guys, go ahead. Let me know if you guys want to ask anything. Go for it. By all means. Hold on, I'm actually gonna maybe get someone on this. All right, 1 second. 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me, everyone. You are all awesome if you bear with me. Yeah, come on live if you wanna ask. All right, I'm back. Yeah, but 2014, definitely. I think one of the big problems with this year so far are actually how much movies got snubbed by the Oscars this year, and I mean that to the fullest. Man, there were so many snubs; it was insane. Really. Um, what was the big one for me? What really got snubbed? I seen Nightcrawler not too long ago, and man, was that a great movie! But it got snubbed like crazy. Uh, I don't get me wrong, I loved American Sniper. I gave the movie an A+, but you know, after a while, you think about it. Maybe the movie shouldn't have got an A+. I probably would give it like a B+. Now that I think about it, but I still really love the movie. But I won't. I will not go with Bradley Cooper as best actor over Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. I would not. I really would not. And to be honest, Jake Gyllenhaal as that character, what he did was he transformed himself into someone else. I really did not feel like I was watching Jake Gyllenhaal that whole time. I was blown away by his performance as this crazy, crazy, creepy guy. And the fact that he got snubbed, it kind of irritates me to a big extent, you know, because man, oh man, Oscar season this year, so many snubs, guys, so many subs. I really cannot tell you how much disappointed I am in all of this Oscar stuff. Probably the biggest one though, I think people got mostly shocked at was the Lego Movie getting snubbed for Best Animated Picture, and that is probably, yes, the biggest snub this year so far. I was very much surprised that that movie did not, and I mean not, get nominated. That was a fantastic movie. A blind buy for me. I actually bought it at Walmart. First time seeing it, bought it at Walmart, and Blu-ray, and I was, going into this thing thinking it was going to be stupid. It's a blind buy. I'm probably going to want to sell it. I own it. It's in my Blu-ray collection. I love the Lego Movie. It was fantastic. It took something so childish and made it for everyone, and that's the biggest praise I can give that movie. I love Lego games. I do. I play them a lot. I don't know why. I think they're it. I can't wait for the sequel. That's all I'm gonna say is to see it. Everything is awesome, and that's all I gotta say about the Lego Movie. It really was a great movie, and to be snubbed over Box Trolls. I have not seen Box Trolls, so I can't sit here and bash the movie, but I heard it was not that good. And the fact it apparently was not that good, and the Lego Movie, I thought, and everyone else thought it was awesome, kind of irritates me to a great extent. No one's asking any questions, but that's okay. I can keep talking about what I think of the year. Uh, yeah, but the Lego Movie, man, Emmett, it was a snub. It was a bad snub, and they're gonna regret it. That Super Bowl. Let's talk about things people are gonna regret. That throw at the end of the game that the Seahawks made, I cringed at that. You could have ran it and you could have made it, but you wanted to throw it. And that was the biggest move I've seen them make all year. And very much disappointed. I'm from Seattle, so I was wanting the Seahawks to win. Thank God I didn't make no bets. It would have been their game if they did not make that move. But hey, what can you do? Seahawks. A lot of great Super Bowl trailers came out. If you guys want to check out my Super Bowl trailer reviews, I had two of them up. One for Jurassic World and another one for Furious 7. You guys can check that out and tell me what you guys think about those, because I really enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the Super Bowl trailers. Really want to check out the other Super Bowl trailers, like Tomorrowland. I heard that one was really good, surprising. Minions. A lot of great Super Bowl trailers came out, and I cannot wait to check them out. But no, what movie do I really want to talk about? All right, let's talk about some of the best movies ever. All right, there's a lot of great movies out there, and a lot of them should be talked about. It's kind of awkward. I'm watching myself on YouTube live, right? And I'm going like really. It's like behind right now, and I'm on Google Live, and I'm perfectly fine. Weird. But anyway, some of the best movies I've seen. I actually just got done watching for the first time ever, and this is true. Silence of the Lambs, and my God, it would make my top 3 movies of all time easily. It was just fantastic. I loved it. Buffalo Bill, Hannibal Lecter, man, oh man, some great stuff. I really was surprised. I heard a lot of buzz about the Silence of the Lambs. I thought it was just going to be an overrated film, but no, this movie is just awesome. If you have not seen Silence of the Lambs, I can't really say, well, where have you been, because I just watched it. But no, you really gotta check it out. It's really, really surprisingly well. It's amazing. The performance by Anthony Hopkins was just definitely, he deserved to win the Oscar. He did win the Oscar, and I'm so proud of that. I love Sounds of the Lambs, and I also bought a movie I'm gonna be watching here soon, Braveheart. I have not seen Braveheart. I heard a lot of great buzz about that one. And after watching Sounds of the Lambs, which was a blind buy, I think I'm gonna start doing that more often, where I'm gonna buy really big known movies and just start watching them blindly and seeing what I think of them. And hopefully Braveheart, as I've heard, is awesome. So can't wait to check out Braveheart. The Sounds of the Lambs, awesome movie. Another one that I watched recently that really kind of got my attention was what was that? It was a horror movie not too long ago. All right, let's talk about The Devil's Due, because The Devil's Due was one I skipped out in theaters, and I'm really much happy I did. This movie did not surprise me. It did not make me happy. I watched it. I was like, oh man, this is stupid. Really dumb. Um, no, probably the best movie of the 2014 year that was found footage for me, at least, was As Above, So Below. If you have not seen As Above, So Below, and you are a big fan of the found footage genre, please check out As Above, So Below. It's a really creepy and unsettling movie. It really gives you like that feel, like you claustrophobia. If you hate tight spaces, you feel so uncomfortable watching this. I was in theaters and I was cringing. Um, As Above, So Below was just really creepy. But anyway, Devil's Due, bad movie, shitty movie. I really hated it. I really, really hated that movie. I don't want to talk about it. Actually, that's that's how bad it was. But yeah, that was. I watched it not too long ago, and yes, that one would make my top 10 worst movies of the year. I know I already made my top 10, so I really can't switch anything right now. I can switch something. I mean, it's my list, but yeah, it's a terrible movie. It would make my top 10, probably my top 5 actually. Bad movies though. This came out this year. Oh man, when you think about it, there's been a lot of bad movies this year. I mean, very just shitty movies, and one that really comes out to me is just I couldn't care for it. I tried to. Have you seen Rio 2? The animated sequel from Rio 1, which came out like 2011. Rio 1 was fine. I thought it was a fine family film. This is the second one was definitely for kids. I went into this and was wanting definitely wasn't gonna get it like a How to Train Your Dragon 2, but it was awful. I really hated it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Every time I watch it now, I hate it more, and pisses me off because I really did love the Amazing Spider-Man 1, and I still do. I still think Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man we had, but man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 just lost everything. What was so special about the Amazing Spider-Man? The only thing that was there was Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, and that's probably it. That's probably the only thing that saves the movie from its shitty failure. Really, it does. I couldn't stand it. But those were some of the shitty movies that I thought I saw this year and really hated. Let's talk about some of the most underrated films that you've seen. All right, no one's leaving questions, so I can keep talking about them. If you guys are enjoying this, please like this video. If you guys are enjoying me talking about movies and stuff, that's awesome. I'm glad I'm entertaining and kind of giving you guys something to do. Really underrated movies. I like to talk about movies like The Gray with Liam Neeson that came out in 2011, between 2011 and 2012. That one was very much underrated. Not much people went and saw that, or they did. It's just it wasn't talked about after that. And that's one of the movies that I will say that man, Liam Neeson still has his game, and the movie was so suspenseful. I jumped a few times. There's a couple jump scares because of the wolves attacks. Really creepy movie though. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a really good suspense movie. Out in the wild, fighting nature, your inner demons. Really fun movie. Liam Neeson was a boss in it. Very much underrated. Another one that came out this year that I thought was incredibly underrated. I mean, last year. That was Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. The marketing was just awful, man. This is not the end. Come on. It had nothing to do with what the marketing was awful. The movie was just fantastic. Please, I mean it. It's not making much of a difference. I know people have already tried to get it out there, but if you have not seen Edge of Tomorrow, you have to watch it. If you hate Oblivion, do not go into this thinking it's Oblivion. It's not Oblivion. It's far from it. It's actually, that was another movie that got snubbed by the Oscars this year. I would have loved to see it hit more air. I would love to see it get nominated for some good stuff, but it didn't. Emily Blunt, I could have seen get nominated for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Really fantastic. Another one that coming up to me is really underrated and not much people have seen. It's going to be a big hit on Blu-ray, I hope. The Babadook. The movie came out earlier, and that movie was so creepy, and it wasn't a monster movie. I mean, there was a monster in it, don't get me wrong, but the movie was just psychologically intense. And the only problem I had with the movie was the ending. I thought it was a little bit rushed, but other than that, no, the movie was just awesome. A great debut from the director. I can't remember the name, but man, the Babadook is just one of those movies that I'm gonna buy on Blu-ray, no doubt. It's gonna be in my Blu-ray collection. I very much love that movie. It's very creepy. For me, it didn't do it like The Conjuring did, but man, when it comes to fairy tales and bringing them into like a real life situation, that Babadook is just awesome. Really disappointed I did not see that many reviews for it. Chris Stuckman's review was awesome. It's one of those movies that don't come out too often, like The Conjuring, The Babadook, Insidious. They don't come out that often. You got to catch them. The trailer is one of those things that really got to me. You know, when I was watching the movie, I got creeped out beyond belief by this trailer, and I was thinking this is going to be a cash grab just to get horror fanatics to go in. Man, it's not a cash grab. It's a great debut, director debut from this awesome director, and man, the movie is just fan-freaking-tastic. I love The Babadook. If you've not seen The Babadook, I do recommend buying it for Blu-ray. Really, I do. It's a great movie. It's great fun. Great fun, guys. Great fun. No doubt, you guys need to check it out if you have not. All right, let's, what is another movie that came out this year that got a lot of praise that I really enjoyed? A movie that came out this year that got a lot of praise was Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. I watched it. I've seen it 3 times. Great movie. Great, sci-fi Marvel fanatic movie. Loved it. Great movie. I can go as far as saying I enjoyed it more than Captain America 2. I know Captain America and X-Men Days of Future Past are the more superior movies, but when it comes to having fun in the theater, you gotta admit, Guardians of the Galaxy was by far probably the most funnest experience of the summer. Did I just say summer? Of the year. I'm stupid. No, but you see, for me, the most fun I had in the theater this year was not Guardians of the Galaxy, or wasn't any Marvel movie. For me, it was The Hobbit, and it's only because when I go into these movies, the Middle Earth movies, I expect to feel emotional. I expect to feel, Lord of the Rings, the characters, the world that we go into, and for me, I felt that when I watched The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. There was a lot of CGI moments, and I understand where you get pissed off too much CGI, and it's true, and there's a lot of CGI, but man, there's some of those moments in that movie where I think a lot of CGI was needed. If you do watch The Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, you go into special features, they'll tell you what happens with the costumes, and the costumes get so hot, they get sweaty, people pass out because of the heat, so people get sick, and it's a big risk to take on set. But you're right, if you're gonna say it, but they did it with Lord of the Rings, so why couldn't they do it with The Hobbit? And that's exactly the point. They could have done it with The Hobbit, but why take why make the risk of people getting sick, getting hurt, and it made everything easier for the director and the crew just to do it all CGI, and a lot of the times it bothered me, but a lot of the times it didn't. You either are going to hate the CGI, or you're going to like it, or you're just going to love it. And it didn't take nothing out of the movie for me. There's a big difference between what takes you out of the movie and then what you just don't like, and it didn't take me out of the movie at all. If anything took me out of the movie, it probably would be the quick change from, and you're going to say Thorn? No. The quick change, there's going to be a little bit of spoilers in this, so if you have a problem with spoilers, and I'm sorry, cut right now. Come back maybe a few minutes later, and maybe I'll be done talking about it, but maybe not. Thranduil, his quick change from being a very big douchebag into a very kind-hearted elf, and I think that was really quick and really kind of done too quickly. At the end, when Tauriel's holding the body of Feely, when he was, yeah, it was Feely, when she was holding the body of Feely and she was crying and she's saying, what is this? It hurts so much. Thranduil says, love it because it was real, and I thought that was kind of rushed because Thranduil, a few minutes earlier, he was just a big douchebag, and but that was the only problem I had with the movie. I thought the movie was great. Other than that, I gave it an A. I still stick with the A grading. If you are a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, I heard a lot of people who love Lord of the Rings hated The Hobbit, and you know what? You're all held to your opinion. If you think The Hobbit was a bad movie, then by all means think it was a bad movie. But man, if you look at it and you say that movie would have made my top 10 worst movies of the year, you got to see more movies because it was far from being a bad movie. It was far from terrible acting. It was far from being a bad storyteller. The movie, what it did and telling its story, I think it accomplished what it was trying to do, and I think that's the main thing. I think if they did not focus on trying to make it too much like Lord of the Rings, because that's what separated The Hobbit from Lord of the Rings. Don't get me wrong, I love the style of how the Battle of the Five Armies ended. It went perfectly. Literally, if you watch The Fellowship of the Ring right after The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, you're gonna love it because it goes smoothly right in. And there's a scene in the movie, where the Saruman, he's talking like "Leave Sauron to me," and he goes after him, and that's it. That's it. That's all you get to find out of Sauron in that movie. It's over. And I think that was the best thing to do. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people were disappointed that they didn't show more between Sauron and Saruman. And I understand where you're coming from. I understand you guys wanted to see more Saruman kicking the shit out of Sauron. But man, the idea that you go into Lord of the Rings not knowing what the decision was between him and Sauron, and then all of a sudden he betrays everybody. It really raised the hypes and the suspense. When Saruman attacks Gandalf, because he was such a loyal friend to the White Council, who are in The Hobbit, and it really feels like a Severus Snape to Voldemort in the Half-Blood Prince kind of deal. But Severus Snape was a good guy, and Saruman's not. So yeah, but that's how I felt about that. And the whole movie for me was just awesome. I think Azog the Defiler was a very underrated villain. I think he was the best part, one of the best parts about the Battle of the Five Armies. Really stood out to me as awesome. People were wanting to see him as honestly, I'm so curious to see what he would have looked like if he was a practical effect orc, like just a costume and a guy playing him. I think that would have been interesting, but there's something with the CGI motion capture performance for Azog that just worked, and I was really satisfied with the character. The character did not disappoint me at all. The way he died maybe could have been done a little bit better, but other than that, I thought the character was just fine. I thought Thorin Oakenshield, Richard Armitage is by far the best Thorin Oakenshield we've had. Bilbo Baggins played Martin Freeman is the best Bilbo we had. I enjoyed them all. All were just great. Loved it all. I really did. And cool cameo by a certain actor. I won't give off his name, so if you guys watch the movie, you can recognize him maybe. But the movie should be coming out soon. The extended edition will probably show a lot more that wasn't in the original edition. But because as you know, I have a Blu-ray collection. I only own the extended editions of The Hobbit because I am so in love with this world. The Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite movie of all time. I'm so in love with the world that I have to see more Middle Earth, and I will watch longer versions of the movies if I have to get Middle Earth. I own the cartoon editions of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The Hobbit was not that great. I actually think the cartoon edition, what's his name, who directed it? Bashki or something like that, who directed the cartoon edition of Lord of the Rings. If you have not seen it, check it out. I mean, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings and you're so curious to see this that you think it's going to be crap, check it out. It really is a very good adaptation. Yes, it's not as long and it's not as awesome as The Fellowship of the Ring, but it really is a cool addition and a little awesome movie to Lord of the Rings franchise. But no, I love The Hobbit. I really did. I loved all of them. All the movies for me, which is awesome. You see, if I had to grade them on like top 6, coming in number 6, I would have Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Okay, and at number 5, I would have The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. At number 4, I would have The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. At number 3, I would have The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. At number 2, The Return of the King. And at 1, The Fellowship of the Ring. I enjoyed the Hobbit franchise, then I did Two Towers, and I think the Two Towers was the weakest out of the franchise. Though it was don't get me wrong, it was a great movie, the Two Towers, but for some reason it drug on more than the other ones. And the pacing was better than the Hobbit, but there was something about the Hobbit movies that just made it more fun for me, and I could watch them more often than I can Lord of the Rings. So I think that was one of the better benefits of the Hobbit movies, was that they were more fun and more fun to watch than the Lord of the Rings. And man, oh man, I really, really dug the Hobbit franchise. It's sad it's over for me. Miller Saga's over, but I think it was well directed, well paced, well everything. Um, well done by Peter Jackson and the crew. I was very much thankful. I made a small video. If you guys want to check that out on my other channel, Jordan Cartwright, I made a little kind of thank you for the venture, um, little montage. And if you guys want to check that out, you guys can. Uh, but yeah, The Hobbit was awesome. Let's talk about some more movies that came out this year that really blew me away. A top 10 best movies of the year. Whew. I got to think about it. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was another one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That movie was just, for me, it was a cinematic masterpiece, and I have reasons why. It wasn't really what they did with the movie; it's what they did with the motion capture that made it a cinematic masterpiece. The movie was awesome. I love the story. I love the characters. I love everything about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and it beat The Hobbit by coming in at number second. And the movie had everything. It talked about the apes as it should. We didn't want to go into Transformers watching the humans. We wanted to go into Transformers watching the Transformers, but the human got more screen time. In this movie, yeah, the apes have the most screen time, and that's what should be done. Speaking of The Hobbit, Andy Serkis as Caesar, man, that's all you need, and he's going to be starring in the new Star Wars movie. This guy's awesome. This guy's very awesome, and there's so many rumors about him getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in this movie, or in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I was really expecting it to happen, but it didn't happen, and man, it's so disappointing. I was really looking forward to actually seeing his nomination, but no, he didn't get nominated. But that doesn't matter because it's Andy Serkis, and he was awesome in the movie, and that's all you really need to know about Andy Serkis in this movie. He was awesome. You had a lot of fun watching him, and I think that's really the most important part about the character. Other than that, 2014, great year for movies. Great year. As you know, January started us off with this year, and not many great movies came out. Selma was really good. I thought Selma was awesome. But other than that, you got Mordecai, The Wedding Ringer. You have not seen The Wedding Ringer, and you are a fan of Kevin Hart. I do recommend checking that one out. But other than that, no, not many great movies so far that come out this year. But next month is where we start getting kicked off into the real year of 2015. I'm graduating this year. I'm kind of excited. We get really kicked off, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. I can't wait for Star Wars. I can't wait for Jurassic World. If you have not seen the trailer for Jurassic World, the Super Bowl trailer, check that one out. Especially if you've not seen that, check it out. You are going to get pumped. Even if the movie sucks, you can obviously tell it's going to be an awesome popcorn flick to go see in theaters. So that's a good plus for it. It's not going to be as bad as 3 and 2. For me, the worst one out of the franchise was the second one. I tried to find it redeemable. I heard a lot of people were talking. It wasn't as bad as the third one. I couldn't find no redeemable parts about it. And that says a lot because I tried to love them. I tried to. But the only one I'm ever going to own a Blu-ray is Jurassic Park. And if this one's awesome, this one. I'm not going to go out and buy the big box set because there's no point, because I'm not going to watch the second and third one. I only like the first one. Why buy them, So I'm going to save up money. Actually, I have enough money saved up. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to actually go back and buy a lot of movies because, as you can tell, I've been buying a lot of Blu-rays lately. Behind me over there on the wall. Yeah. You see them? You see the painting up on the wall, then under it you have that shelf. Those are all my Blu-rays. And obviously I've been collecting them for a while. I have a lot of great ones. I have a lot of guilty pleasures. Yes, I'm going to be honest. Some of my guilty pleasures up there are like Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp. I don't know why. I enjoyed that movie for what it was. I have not seen the original TV show, so I can't really, judge them between each other. I can't really compare them. But for the most part, I enjoy what Johnny Depp is doing. I'm not enjoying what Johnny Depp is doing. I wish he was doing better. I'm disappointed, but because he goes like this and stuff, and makes a whole bunch of different faces, and I think that's the most disappointing part about Johnny Depp right now. He just won't try something new, and he just keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and that's really the disappointing part about Johnny Depp. Other than that, no, the guy's really talented. He's a great actor. Other than that, man. Sweeney Todd. Have you seen Sweeney Todd? That was the one movie where he took a break from it. Or he wasn't as weird as he normally is, you know what I mean? he wasn't like making weird faces and stuff, but he played a solid character, and he was awesome as Sweeney Todd. But then after that, man, he just started going back to these characters that just so weird and so same. So Sweeney Todd was a redeemable movie for him for a little bit. Other than that, I have Dark Shadows up there. I have Nightmare on Elm Street, and you may not know this, but Johnny Depp was actually the one who mentioned the studios to get Jackie Earle Haley to play Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, it's the remake. I enjoy it for what it was. I know it's shit, but I enjoyed it. It was a new take on Freddy Krueger, and I'm glad they changed it up a little bit because I would have hated to see him do the exact same thing like Robert Englund and destroy Robert Englund's performance. You know what I mean? So for me, it was a little bit redeemable. I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't the best movie out there, but hey, I enjoyed it, and I think that's all that matters really. Is if you enjoy the movie, keep watching it. You know what I mean? What is another guilty pleasure I own there? I have a lot of bad movies up there. White House Down, that's another one. White House Down. I know that's a bad movie, but I enjoy it because it's just a guilty popcorn flick. If I get bored, I'm going to watch it. It is a bad movie. White House Down. Channing Tatum, you know, only done for me. He's only done a couple movies that really just stood out to me as like, that's not bad. And White House Down was one of them actually. Terrible movie. Was Channing Tatum bad in it? No, neither was Jamie Foxx. But the movie was just stupid. Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure by far. Terrible movie. Terrible. But I enjoyed it. You see, I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not saying it was like freaking Indiana Jones or something. I'm just saying for what it was, I enjoyed it. To be honest with you, not much people know this. I actually liked White House Down more than Olympus Has Fallen. I'm gonna get butchered later. Yeah, but no, those are some of my guilty pleasures I have up there. I have a lot more. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be selling The Purge. Fuck The Purge. The first one was just, you know what? I watched it maybe 3 times now. Every time I watch it, it gets more boring. It really does. The second, it's not like the second one. The second one was actually had a fun, redeemable, popcorn giving, loving tone to it. This one, I don't know. They had so much opportunities with this movie. I mean, they could have just went out and made a freaking awesome suspense movie. But they shitted all over this idea. This was a great idea. 12 hours, one night. You can do whatever you want. And they fuck it over. And it's going to be just like Paranormal Activity. I enjoyed the first one. The favorite one of the franchise for me was the third one. I don't know why. It had a creepy, redeemable tone to it. But The Purge, man. The Purge, it's losing itself. And it's too early. And such a great idea, too. Such a great idea. You can't deny the fact that The Purge was just a great idea. What happened over... you remember what happened earlier in the year, last year, about The Purge in real life, and people were like making threats and stuff? I thought that was stupid as hell. Really was. It was stupid. Other than that, no. This is the second one. If you have not seen it, if you like the first one, you're definitely gonna like the second one more. I hated the first one. Now that I think about it more and I start watching it more, really was stupid. It really was. And man, I'm gonna sell that movie. I'm gonna get some money off that sucker. And yeah, Purge, man. Purge. Another thing I like to do is talk about Oscar movies. Oscar movies, like really big Oscar buzz movies. Has anybody seen The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio? That was my arm that just popped. Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, man. That's one actor who needs to win an Oscar. All right, he needs to win an Oscar, and he hasn't won one yet. This new movie that's coming out though, that looks just awesome. What was the name of that movie again? Oh man, it's gonna bother me now. But this movie, man, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, has Tom Hardy in it. Looks just freaking tastic. Looks so much fun. It's about this guy who goes out to the wilderness with like some buddies or something, and a bear attacks him, and his buddies leave him for dead, and it's a revenge story. And the same guy who directed Birdman is directing it, and that right there, just I'm buying it all together. The guy Birdman was awesome, well directed, well performed. The script was just fantastic. I couldn't see this movie going wrong in any sort of way. Is this movie going to be bad? It really isn't. I can sit here and judge it right now. It's not going to be a bad movie. If anything, it's going to be a fun popcorn movie or just a great guilty pleasure. It ain't going to be bad. Usually guilty pleasures are bad. It's just enjoyable. Yeah, I'm really pumped for this movie. I did not know about it until like last month at some point, and I already made my top 10 most anticipated movies. This would probably make my number second spot. I'm so anticipated for this movie. It looks fantastic. So much fun. And I love revenge stories. Django Unchained, for example, an awesome revenge story. And it's one of those movies I can't wait for, and just awesome. Martin Scorsese, I really want to see more from him. The Wolf of Wall Street, man, awesome. If you have not seen that movie, you cannot see it if you are 18 and younger, because that movie is probably the most filthiest movie I have seen in a very long time. And it's true. It's a filthy ass movie. But Leonardo DiCaprio is a boss. And there's really one thing I need to say about Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie. Dude's a boss. Martin Scorsese, man, I don't know how he does it. You know, I want to be a director myself. But when you want to direct something like this and be on the sets with so much nudity and so much, you know, Jonah Hill in his interviews told him, you know, it was so uncomfortable. You know, a lot of people naked, bare nude, everywhere. I mean, oh my God, could you imagine it though? Could you imagine it? If you have seen The Wolf of Wall Street, what's one scene that you would be most uncomfortable, like the one set piece that you would be most uncomfortable in? I'm very much interested to find out. Yes, background noise. I told you. People are yelling downstairs like it's a freaking madhouse. 100 subscribers, guys. That's how many subscribers I have right now. And to be honest with you, that's awesome. I love the fact that I have 121 subscribers. Stuck with that, I would be fine with it because at least I'm entertaining some people, and that's, I guess, the whole point of YouTube and the job of people like Jeremy Johns, Austin Putnam, and the Schmoes. No, you know, it really, you know, it's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking about movies with you guys, and if you guys are enjoying this, please like the video. Because it does inspire me to do more videos, and it does inspire me to watch more movies and tell you guys my thoughts. And if you guys like my thoughts and you guys like to hear my opinion, by all means, like this video and tell me down below what you guys think of it. And 121 subscribers, even if that was all I need, that's all I need. You know, 100 people like my videos more. I mean, I've had a video that had over 30,000 views on it. And that's awesome. I appreciate it to the fullest. I really do. You know, some people who go on YouTube just want to get all the views and they want to, you know, get high up there in the almighty. No, I'm doing this because I enjoy it, okay? I enjoy talking to people about movies, and that's really what I like to do. And the fact that a lot of people are enjoying these videos and all my reviews and my thoughts, it makes me feel good about myself. And if it makes you guys feel good for me making videos for you guys to be entertained, then that's all I need to do. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to be getting off here in at least another 7 minutes. This is my first, you know, live chat. So if you do guys want to, you know, ask me a question, send in one. I'll answer it. I'm trying to figure it out. If you guys have asked me questions, I feel stupid because I do not know how to work this thing. I'm looking everywhere for the chat. Give me 1 second. I might find one. I might find it. But that's not it. One second. I'm gonna go on YouTube real quick. Check that. Okay, no questions yet. That's fine. That's totally fine. If you guys don't want to ask me any questions, that's fine. I can keep talking. If you guys are enjoying this, I have one viewer and I can see it, so that's awesome. I'm truly being honest. Even if it's one viewer, I'm having a great time talking. Really appreciate it, whoever you are. I really do. Thank you for watching. It really makes me feel good about myself that someone actually wants to listen. Yeah, of course, you know, I'm not big on YouTube. I'm fine with that. I'm not big. But if I do enjoy if people enjoy, you know, hearing my thoughts on movies and, you know, criticisms and whatnot, that's awesome. I'm happy. Very much to the fullest. Why don't we talk more about Johnny Depp? Does that sound good? My one viewer, Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What do you think? You seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? No, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for me. Worst remake of all time. If you love it, or if anybody loves it, that's awesome. Good for you. But no, I can't stand it. Johnny Depp in that movie came off to me as a pedophile. Really did. Really creeped me out. Unsettling movie. Really was for me. Gene Wilder is the only Willy Wonka that's ever is going to stick in my heart. Really is. Really is. Gene Wilder. We need to see him in more movies. Wouldn't that be awesome if he made a cameo in a movie one of these days, just like randomly came out of the blue? That would be awesome. I would love to see a Gene Wilder cameo. You know, man, time flies. I literally got on here like 40 minutes ago. That's awesome. I'm very happy I entertained some people. If you guys are entertained by my videos and you do like it, by all means, please subscribe to my channel. Don't miss one more video. I know these aren't like John Flickster and Jeremy John's like HD beautiful looking live chats, but it's what I can do, and it's making a difference, guys. That's awesome. I'm happy. It's almost 8 o'clock. Wow. I'm in Ohio, actually, and in Ohio, we sell things and we end them at 8. We don't go any further than 8 o'clock because it upsets our eyes, and I hate my eyes being upset. You know, I wear glasses now because I went past 8:51 and my eyes kind of freaking died. Look at this woman. I cannot see. Actually, I can see fine. I need to stop talking shit about myself. Did I just pump the mic? Shit. Awesome, guys. I appreciate the views. You don't have to ask any questions. If you guys just like me talking, I'm happy. And I know I've been going on about that for the last 5 times now, but it's true. It's so true, and I'm happy. We have like 2 minutes, so I'll talk about something that I enjoy, I guess. Movie franchises. You know, there's a lot of movie franchises out there that people like to talk about. Star Wars is one of them, for instance. Star Wars is a very fantastic franchise. If you have not seen Star Wars, but who hasn't seen Star Wars by now? You'd be surprised, and I would be surprised. A lot of people would be surprised, but don't tell. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. Don't tell Christian Harloff that. Christian Harloff, if you found out you did not watch, if you haven't seen Star Wars, he'd probably kill you. I'm joking, he won't kill you. He'd just brutally bash your face in. He won't do that either. He'd choke you out with his force, because you ever heard of Darth Harloff? Schmoes knows. One of those channels that I do recommend. Awesome channel. Love it. You know, one channel I do recommend, actually, now that I think about it, and I know I just cut off from franchises to straight up, you know, YouTubers. Austin Putnam. Austin Putnam is just a fantastic movie reviewer. Really underrated. I really love his videos. He really is a great movie critic. Really surprises me that he's not higher up there. He has over 1,000 subscribers, so he is up there. Awesome channel. Check out Austin Putnam. Most definitely. If you have not checked him out, if you guys love movie reviews, he's the guy to go to. Yeah, very fun guy. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It is 8 o'clock. I really appreciate your views. I really do. Thank you guys so much. As always, it's been a pleasure to talk, and I can't wait to do more of these. And this is my first one. Not going to be that many views. Not going to be that many questions. Not any questions at all, and that's totally fine. I'll catch you guys next time. It was really fun talking, though. I really do love talking. But, guys, as always, if you have not subscribed to my channel, and subscribe to Austin Putnam's channel. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later.